Who do you think I am? I'm Nick Shell, and I talk about hair loss. But I talk about this other alternative world sometimes that I just wanted to provide proof for. You know, before, that's my car over there, the Honda Element. But as you can see, I'm not in a Honda Element right now. I'm in a 2017 Toyota Prius 3 that actually has doors I can lock, unlike my Element over there. So why am I driving this? Is because as a blogger, remember I'm a blogger and not just a vlogger, but I'm a blogger, I'm a daddy blogger. They send me cars to go on trips with my family and to feature that in my blog. So not only do I make money from these videos, but I get free stuff because I'm also a daddy blogger. So I just wanted to provide a little bit of proof of how this world actually works behind the scenes. Now, let's talk about hair loss and the epiphany I just had. I was watching a video on YouTube during my break. It was this Australian girl talking about the first eight things a girl notices to be in a guy, is basically what the video is. You can probably find it just by what I just said. She's got dark black hair and sounds Australian or something. Okay, so anyway, she talks about what she notices attractive in guys right off the bat, and along with other females too, kind of the universal answers. I watched a couple videos like that actually, and one of the things that really stood out to me is what I'm going to call the pretty yet boring girl syndrome. Okay, I'm thinking back to when I was in college. Back in college were all these attractive single females everywhere, and I remember specifically in college, like on the rating system, let's say a scale of 1 to 10, I would purposely automatically weed out the 9s and 10s. I wasn't interested. I know you could say the same. Well, yeah, I bet you weeded out the 1s, 2s, and maybe 3s and 4s too, huh? Well, okay, whatever you need to say there. But what I want to focus on is I weeded out the 9s and 10s. Do you know where I'm going with this? Can you relate to this already? I think you can. I was not interested in the most attractive females. Why? Because I stereotyped them. I automatically stereotyped the prettiest girls because I assumed that they were boring. That's right. My life experience has taught me that when there is a female who is just flawlessly beautiful, she's probably boring too. And that's not somebody I wanted to be around. I wanted somebody that could deal with my quirkiness and think that I was funny even if I was being weird or whatever, that I could be myself around her. But a 9 or a 10, no thanks. Too much trouble, too much maintenance. And because generally I think that girls that are 9s and 10s don't have as much of a personality. Why? We all know this. If you've been an attractive female your whole life, you're used to people catering to you. You're used to getting what you want. Nothing really has to be earned. But and granted, there's this whole complex that a lot of extremely pretty girls have that's all they're really known for. So there's definitely truth in that. They want to be known for something beyond their looks. So I think we can all relate to that, right? As far as understanding that kind of stereotype. So, going back to what I was saying, I have a stereotype in my mind that the flawlessly beautiful women that you'll meet, for the most part, have less of a personality. They're boring. I'm sorry. Now, yes, I am married, and yes, my wife is beautiful. And I'm not here to say that she's not a 9 or 10, because absolutely she's beautiful. And I know that. I don't need anyone to tell me that. And if anyone's the exception to the rule, I believe it's her. I think that had a lot to do with the attraction there, because for the first time in my life, I met someone who I felt was a 10 instantly. I walked over the room, and the rest is history, right? So I feel like I found the exception to the rule because I could tell just the way she was standing, the way she was smiling, that she was fun and she was confident and she wasn't relying just on looks. She was a fun person too, okay? But I am stereotyping. The stereotype is that extremely flawlessly beautiful girls are boring. They have no personality because they're used to relying on that, because they don't have to use the other skills that other girls have to use. For example, girls who are maybe more mid-range, maybe 5, 6, and 7s, maybe they have to rely that much more on flirting and conversation and flattering a guy and all those sort of things. You know, because obviously a guy who is flattered is going to be more attracted by that girl, even if she's not the most attractive, even if she's barely average, she's automatically more attractive if she's showing interest in him. I think we could all agree on that, right? Okay, let's take that concept to the next level then. What about for guys? Okay, now I've interviewed other girls. You can look at on other YouTube videos that other people have made. What attracts females to guys? You're gonna hear things about, he can make me laugh, he's confident, he's inviting, he makes me laugh, he smiles, just the way he stands with confidence. These are the kind of things you're gonna hear, okay? And if you do hear them talk about hair, what I've observed is it's more about how he maintains his hair. Does he look neat and kept? So even in the event he had the horseshoe, whoa, I'll drop my hat. Even if he had just the horseshoe balding all the Dr. Phil, okay, well then just, you know, buzz it off or shave it off. You're showing an effort to have that clean, professional look, and that you treat other people the same way. Those are the things you're going to hear them talk about. Now here's how I'm going to attempt to tie all this together. Just like a guy of average looks like me can end up with who I believe is definitely a 10 as far as my wife goes. I knew that I couldn't rely on my looks alone. I knew that, and I never tried to. See, that's what I think is interesting, is that so many of you, sorry, but I'm making this personal, so many of you put so much weight on your looks as if that's one of the most attractive things there is for a female to see about you. When in reality, it's the bottom of the spectrum. You could so much easier make up for that loss of hair by all these other things they actually care about. So what I'm accusing you of is that you care more about your hair loss than attractive girls do. Because imagine if you're an attractive girl and you're used to guys naturally being attractive. You're looking for someone who's looking beyond looks. In fact, you probably don't want a guy who's a 9 or a 10. Because why? You might assume that he also is boring. Because my theory, attractive people are more likely to be boring. Like extremely attractive people are more likely to be boring. Now, who would argue with that? Who would say, well, what girl or guy would say, no, Nick, I'm a 10, I'm so attractive, and I'm not boring? Because the moment you say that, you're conceited, because you're admitting that you're a 10, okay? So, this is good for you if you're losing your hair, because I'm accusing you of putting too much emphasis on your hair, because the girl isn't. The girl is looking for all these other things. Those are the things she needs from you, not the hair. So easily you can make up for it. But also, the concept too is that say you do have this perfect head of hair, okay? Say you do. I think maybe even subconsciously that girl, wherever she is on the scale, what if you're too good looking for her? What if she assumes that that's all you've got going on? And I think that's why I was able to get a beautiful wife I did, because she was looking for somebody who had that other stuff, because that's the stuff that lasts. Someone who could entertain her and engage her, and she's always told me that from the beginning. She said, I knew with you, I'd always have something to talk about because you've always got something interesting to say. That's my theory. There's a lot of information packed in that. I'll probably have to make more videos to sort it out in the future. Please tell me your thoughts on that. I think there's a lot of good stuff in this video that we've talked about, so let's unpack it.